And how yous lot? How yous doing? He's alright. I feel refreshed. Mind you, I was up Scotland yesterday, but yeah, it doesn't stop it for me if I less travelling. But we are playing Aston Villa later on this evening. I am just doing a few bits and bobs. Got every packages, Amazon packages, bloody hell, it's bright. It's beautiful, sunny day. Temperatures are going to drop a little bit later, but I'm just doing a few bits and bobs. Got to go and get some fuel as well. Then we're heading to Villa Park, which we have how are you going to put your foot down? We have an awful record as we are now. I can't remember the last time we won there off the top of my head, you know. I really cannot, because obviously Villa have won the Championship for quite a while. I'm talking about the Premier League, yeah. But look, they're flying. Let's not beat a boot in the bush. I know we beat them early on the season, 5-1, which there's always, I'm not going to say it's a freak result, but there's always a one or two eyebrows right at the start of the season and always right at the very end of the season. But obviously Tonali scored that. I mean, Sandro Tonali feels like a player that's, you know, we haven't talked about him for a long time because he's obviously going through his ban at the minute. But look, it's going to be a difficult one. I think if realistically, if you offered a point tonight, I'm going to take that. If you said, Lee, there's a point, I'll take that, because they're flying. They're basically us last season. They're going for the Champions League, and there's a possibility that top 5, not 4, top 5 might get, and they should get, Champions League place because of the new structuring of UEFA next season, where the best 2 leagues get an extra place, which is currently, I think we were 3rd last time I checked, but normally it's us in La Liga, us as in Premier League. But Newcastle, obviously Eddie Howe's press conference has said, look, there's still a lot to play for, because let's face it, we're only 3 points off European place, whether it's Europa League or it's the conference. I think Europe will possibly drop down to 8th place this season. So, you know, we're 10th at the minute, and obviously we've had a rotten run of injuries. We've had a rotten run of games where we're playing every 3 games, but we can't have that excuse anymore. We've got to put that to bed now. We're playing this week, obviously I'm contradicting myself, but normally for the rest of the season, the majority of the season, we're going to be playing 1 game a week. And you can't really say, oh, we'll put it on this, we'll put it on that. You can't blame fatigue and what have you. But Jacob Murphy obviously back. Miggy is travelling down. He didn't feature, whether that's speculation around the transfers, because Miggy previously, I've seen a stat, Miggy played all 31 games before Saturday, and then all of a sudden he's missing. So we'll see. Lascelles won't make it. The nearest player returning, what he was on about, Harvey Barnes is close. Williker's a little bit further behind. Wilson's close as well, but none of them will feature tonight. Elliot Anderson's a little bit further back, but it's going to be effectively the same side from Saturday night to win, which, let's be honest, wasn't comfortable in the first half. I think it's a case of 2 teams who were pretty even, in all honesty, but we were very lacklustre. Couldn't put a pass together first half, but you know, you've got to put your chances away, and thankfully we did. That's why we won the game. But overall, you'd probably say it's a 50-50 game, I would personally. And then I drove up and seen the Lasses absolutely wallop filed, and they'll play Portsmouth for a place in the final for the Lasses, so congratulations to the Lasses. But yeah, it's another one. I'm chasing down my record of 72 games last season. I'm not that far off now. I think I'm something like 12 or 13 off. I'm going to blitz that this season, trying to get every single men and women's game. But as I say, I think it'll be the same side they need. Maybe 1 change, maximum. That'll be it. But we've got to watch out for Villa. I mean, Diaby scored against the first game of the season, didn't he? And John McGinn's like a player reborn. Defensively, they're decent. Got a great goalkeeper. Ollie Watkins. I mean, I could go on how well they've been this season. And obviously, the board wanted to do Unai Emery, but because he was in the middle of a Champions League campaign with Villarreal, he didn't come to her. So it goes to show you, doesn't it, how good of a manager he is. He only really had a bit of a blip at Arsenal, and you're taking over Arsene Wenger, who's there for 20 odd years. Do you know what I mean? But look, it's going to be a tough one, the need. It's going to be a lot of the time. I'll take it that we'll probably have a lot less possession, but when we're in possession, when we do have the ball, we've got to be a bit better than we were at Fulham, because there's too many misplaced passes. And Fulham were doing high press, in particular the first half, and there was a lot of moments where we're passing across the side of a 6-yard box and stuff like that. So it's going to be times when we're not going to have the ball, but when we do, we've got to be better in possession. So, but like I say, give us a point, I'll take that. And even if it is a point, you know, it's not the end of the world that we're sitting in mid-table. And the transfer business, look, I've said this already, and you've seen enough of my face this week, you've seen enough of Sam's this week, because look, we didn't think there's anything that's going to happen. There's more people on NFTV, by the way, there isn't just me and Sam. Anyhow's already talked about the transfers and what have you. It's one of them. I think it's a quiet month, and it's not just the Premier League. What's this, lorry, Dean? Are you coming? Right, you're coming round. It's not just us, you know. You look at the Premier League; it's all very slow paced because of basically FFP is catching up with a lot of people. I think Brighton have done a hell of a signing getting the Argentine left back Barker. That's a great sign for them. But you know, it's been a quiet window, probably the quietest it's been in years. Ooh, that sun is bright. Makes a change with pissing, dude. But anyways, I'm gonna go and fuel up. I'm not that far from that. So yeah, I'm gonna go and fuel up. And see you doing Villa Park. Obviously there's me, Johnny. I don't know if anyone else is down there. Don't know if we'll see Johnny or not. He's in a different tier to me, but I'm trying to get myself away tonight. I'm not hanging about, so I'll bring you all the videos. They've got a vlog on the last way to come later on. Then everyone, see you there.